Good afternoon, dear professor. Today I will talk about assessing writing, which has a lot to do with the topic and the language testing. We have seen reading and listening and speaking, so today we will attempt to analyze this important topic. First of all, what I would like to say is that my share of writing will be essay. The type of writing performance will be extensive, as it is well known by Brown. When we say extensive, then it implies successful management of all of the processes and strategies of writing for all purposes, including the length of an essay. Um, Here, the writers, who in this case are the students, will have to focus on achieving a purpose. They will have to organize and develop ideas logically, using details to support or illustrate ideas. And here they will have to demonstrate how coherent and how cohesive their writing is by showing a high degree of syntactic and lexical variety. And they will have to engage the process of multiple drafts, which is a key part of writing, as they are taught at the very beginning of any type of writing. They will have to follow three important principles. First, the plan, which includes drafting. Then they will have to write their essay, which is to actually do the task. And then in the end, they will have to check, which is also known as proofreading of their draft. For this activity, they will have 40 minutes. That will be 40 minutes to work on the three tasks, on the three activities, sorry. Um, the level that I've chosen for this activity will be upper intermediate level, which means that there will be somewhere between independent user, uh, B1, B2, and even C1, but we will focus mainly on threshold and vantage, which is independent user. As you know, at this stage, the students are able to use their own English without excessive prompts. There will be some, but it will be, for the most part, their own production. This is the task that I've selected for the students. They will have the main question on top of the task. Then they will need to include these two details here per each paragraph, and then they will have to come up with their own idea. So that will be three body paragraphs, introduction, and the conclusion, which they will be taught before they attempt to work on the task. As it was stated before, since we are assessing students, this task has to be tested. A score must be delivered, and students will also know that. They will cover these four areas: content, communicative achievement, organization, and language. All of them will be scored from 0 to 5, 0 meaning the lowest and 5 meaning the top score for them. Why have I chosen this task? I think this task is not very common in terms of of being taught in class. Teachers don't like to teach this. Another thing that I would like to say is that sometimes it can be quite challenging, which means that students don't want to do it, but once they get around to doing it, then they will feel that they can do it. So there will be this sense of achievement after completing the task. And finally, I will say that this task is very useful. It's not something that they will not use in their daily basis. In fact, most students, after they finish high school or even university, they will be able to use this format of essay for the different further studies that they will conduct in the future. And I will say that something very important here to take into consideration is the fact that the students will have to develop the skills of creative and critical thinking. Just as I did in the speaking, now they will have to put it on paper. And I will say that finally, based on what I have sensed in all of this time as both the student and teacher, is that by using this task, by being able to write essays, you will experience the excitement of intellectual discovery, being able to communicate the message that everybody can read with major problems in a second language is gratifying. This is all I can say about this topic. Thank you very much for your time, and I will see you next time.